What is up, Houston, Oregon? This is Dodgy with EOAlive Sports, and today I'm joined by EOU Track and Field's Kenna Woodward. Kenna, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, national senior year.
Yeah.
Sitting 8th in the hammer right now. Broke the school record twice this year.
Technically 3 times at one meet, but 1 time overall.
Okay, so we'll say 4 times total. So for you, I'm gonna start it out. Let's get a little background on you. Where you come from? What school did you go to?
In high school?
Yeah.
I came from Crook County High School in Prineville,
Crook
Oregon.
County,
Yeah.
the Cowboys. One of our rivals in high school. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of Crook County people that end up at EOU.
Yeah, we do.
We got a lot of wrestlers. I ran into a lady at a golf tournament that was Khaki, who's the volleyball coach's teammate in high school. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a small world, especially Oregon sports. Like, a lot of kids end up staying around here, and it's cool. Why'd you choose Eastern?
Well, Eastern's quite a bit like home. You know, it's kind of a rural area, and I really enjoyed that. And then I have 2 older brothers who both went to school here, and they wrestled a little bit. And so just kind of following the legacy, I suppose.
Yeah. Crook County is very similar. I mean, although that area has grown quite a bit in the last 20 years, right?
Yeah, it has. Especially we've got like a Facebook and a couple other businesses up on the top of the grade that's bringing in a lot more people.
Yeah, that didn't used to be there.
No.
Right. With track and field, why'd you choose track and field in college?
I think I like more of the individual part of it. I was a volleyball player pretty much my whole life for 10 or 11 years, and I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed the competitiveness of it. But I think that with track and field, it was more of I couldn't blame anybody else if I didn't do good, and when I had my successes, they were my successes alone, and I think I enjoyed that aspect of it.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, although I never really did any like single sports like that, but in baseball for me as a pitcher, the one-on-one aspect of it was what I thrived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's me versus the batter, you know. And if I don't get him out, that's on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although it's a little different, but very similar. With your track and field last year, you went to nationals. Where'd you place last year in the Hammer? Do you remember?
The indoor for the weight, which is what we're going for right now, I didn't place. I didn't throw as good as I wanted to. I ended up like 16th. The year before I got 9th, so I just missed All-American.
Yeah.
And then in the outdoor I got 5th in the Hammer. So
yeah.
I've only been an All-American 1 time, but this is my 5th nationals that I'm going to.
You know how many people get to say they've been an All-American?
Not a lot.
Not that many. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
To do it just once is a huge honor. For you this year going into the national, what do you call it, a tournament?
Meet.
It's not a tournament. Oh, national meet. There we go. What's your goal?
Well, I'm sitting a lot better than I have in pretty much any of my national meets that I've headed to. So, I mean, All-American would obviously be one of the top goals. I think especially if I PR, I'm going in with the mindset that I want to PR.
Yeah.
And if I PR, then I will All-American. I don't think there's any doubt in that. So I don't think I want to focus too much on, gaining the title while I'm there. It'll just be that'll be the aftermath of PRing and bettering myself, I think.
That has to be the ultimate goal in the back of your mind, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Who doesn't want to be a national champion?
Well, I think, I don't know, a lot of girls, they compete differently, but I think if I go in a little too headstrong, then it doesn't go as well for me. So I just gotta keep the goals where I know I can achieve first, and if it happens, and I'll be obviously ecstatic about it.
Yeah, being humble is important in this situation as well. Is this just your 2nd trip indoor to nationals?
No, this is my 3rd.
3rd. So
Yes.
you went sophomore, junior, senior.
Yes.
And then what about outdoor? How many times have you been?
Just 2 so far, hopefully a 3rd time
This'll
this
be
year.
3rd.
So sophomore on, I've been to both indoor and outdoor nationals.
Okay, so here's another question for you. Is the weight throw the only event that you qualified for this year in indoors?
Yeah.
And then what do you qualify for in outdoors?
The hammer throw, which is like the weight, but the outdoor version
So it's
of
your
it.
specialty. You don't.
Yeah.
But you also do shot put, don't you? And discus.
Yeah.
But the throw is your
Yeah, I kind of want to make it to outdoors in the shot put. I think that I can. It'll just take a little bit more effort, I think. But yeah, the weight and the hammer are the ones that I'm more consistent
Nice. With you personally, what are you going to school for?
I'm a psychology major, and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing with that yet. I think being a school counselor would be really fun. I think I might need a master's degree for most of the jobs that I would want with a psychology degree. But for right now, I'm just going to get my degree and see if I could slip in anywhere working with kids or with, anything. And then obviously coaching too, and psychology helps me with that.
That was gonna be my next question. Like after you're done, after this year, where do you see yourself? Like where do you want to coach? What do you want to do?
I think coaching volleyball would be fun also, but track and field, I think that'll be where I'm going to aim to coach. And I would prefer the high school level, and my high school coach, he's an awesome guy, and I hope that he could kind of take me under his wing for a little while and kind of give me the ropes, the ins and outs, and maybe when he wants to be finished, I can slip in there.
So your plan, you want to go back home?
Yeah.
Basically, back to Crick County. If you had to choose one or the other, would you rather be at the beach or in the mountains?
Well, right now with the weather we're having today, I think I'd rather be at the beach, but
Right.
I do really enjoy being in the mountains, and I spend a lot of time in the mountains.
What's your favorite thing to do outside of like school and like?
I spend a lot of time just with my family and my friends, but we're pretty big hunters. My dad owns an outfitting business, a guiding business, and so being outside and hunting and scouting and all of that fun stuff, I do a lot of that throughout the summer and throughout the fall.
What's your favorite thing to hunt?
Probably elk, because I feel like they give you a little bit more of a chase. With deer, you could see one out in the field and you could shoot it right there almost. And so with elk, you got to spot them and you got to hike in on them and you got to, make sure the wind's right and everything. And I'm not even a bow hunter, but you still, even with a rifle, you want to get close enough to be able to get it. And so I think it's a little more exciting, elk hunting.
I don't hunt big game. I like to hunt birds, predators, but I think elk tastes better too. Especially than the deer over here. The deer over here are pretty sagey, You get on the coast though, you get those blacktails. They're pretty tasty.
Yeah, I haven't had blacktail before, but I'm sure
you're
they're
missing
good.
out if you haven't. If you get it, so I'll compare it. Like the deer over here, they're a lot bigger, obviously, but they're sagey because they live in the high desert.
Yeah.
Over there on the coast, they're eating green all the time. But they're all the very first time I saw a blacktail over there, I thought it was a sick deer. I didn't know there was a different species. And I'm like, what's wrong with that deer? It's like, that's a blacktail. That's normal.
Yeah.
So by eating the green, though, they just taste better. I mean, these deer over here, you get it, and it's so gamey. It's like people have all these tricks, soaking it in milk and doing this and that. I'd rather just slap it on the grill, and elk is the way to go when it comes to that, right?
Yeah, I enjoy eating elk also.
You get a lot more meat, too, off of an elk.
Yeah, I mean you've got an animal that weighs like 300 more pounds than the other one. You do get a little more meat from them.
5 years in prison or 10 years in a coma?
I think maybe, I don't know, I think maybe 5 years in prison, you might get some really good experiences. But it'd be weird coming out of it. Well, I guess it'd be weird coming out of either of them because the world would be different, but...
yeah, but at least you could stay in touch.
Yeah.
10 years, 10 years you wake up and you know nothing from those 10 years. I agree with you 100%. If you had to choose one or the other, no internet for a month or no shower for a month?
Oh, no internet.
Yeah, it's so disgusting, huh?
That's a quick one. That was
just
an easy
a couple
one.
days and it's like, oh man, I'm foul. Like I gotta do something. It's bad. What about let's move back to track and field. Like obviously, you guys, there's sort of a team aspect, right? I mean, because you're ranked as a team.
Yeah.
And so, what's the team goal going into nationals? Where do you guys want to finish?
I'm not even sure exactly where we're sitting right now. We only have 7 girls going, so I'm not sure if we could put too much of a damper on. But I think if anybody who's ranked, if they can at least place what they're ranked, if not 1 or 2 spots higher. That would be the goal.
Okay.
And even if they can't move up, if they PR, I think that would make a huge difference for us, because they can at least, kind of set the goal and work towards it. And if they PR, then hey, they might All-American. And especially for our multis, if they PR in 1 or 2 events, then they'll be placing. So.
Yeah. We got 2 ladies going in the multis, 4 overall, which is great, right?
Multis?
Yeah,
yes.
we have 4 overall. Two men, 2 women.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. What about who do you try to emulate? Like who do you base your style after, when it comes to the weight throw?
I'm trying to think. I think that I kind of got a unique type of throwing, because everybody who watches me, but my coaches even say that I never look like I'm trying. And so I think there's a few pretty good girls. I think that, some of the professionals like Brooke Anderson, or I can't even think of another right now. Cameron Rogers is pretty good, but she has definitely a different technique than me. But I just try to use my strength where I have it, I guess. And I'm more of a technique person. I think because I'm really tall, it helps me. And a lot of the pretty good throwers, they might not be as tall as me, so I kind of have to change my technique based off of what I'm seeing there, because I have the arms that I can use to get long, where other people have to stay a little lower, or But yeah, I don't know if I don't really go out and watch anyone in particular, I wouldn't think.
So, like the prototype body for a female thrower is what? Is short?
Well, a lot of them are probably like 5'8" to 5'10".
Okay.
But I think most throwers want to be taller. I think it helps just when you got the limbs, you got the mechanics to throw it better.
Yeah, well, I mean, the best male shot putter in the world, which is similar, is Krauser, and he's
6'6" or
he's
something.
a big dude.
He's large.
You'd think getting as far out as possible it would be the most beneficial for the thrower. Who's your hero?
I'd say, I gotta go with my dad.
Why?
Because he's just, he was a college athlete also, and so I can turn to him for a lot of things when it comes to this. And, him and my mom both, they come to every single one of my athletic events from grade school all the way up through college, and they're gonna be at South Dakota this week for me.
Oh, awesome.
My dad, he's a really hard worker, and he just, I feel like he knows everything. He's one of those type of guys, and he's just an awesome guy.
That's awesome. What's your worst experience at EOU? Like, what's the worst thing that's happened to you since you've been in college?
I don't want Ben to get mad at me for this one, but...
It doesn't have to be track related. I mean, just since you've been in college.
But this is probably it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I think it was my freshman year, we were going to a meet at University of Idaho, and the throwers went up the night before because we had to compete at like 9 a.m. where everyone else didn't compete until noon or whatever. And we got our hotel room booked for the wrong weekend, and it was parents' weekend at U of I. So
it was packed.
There was like no space for anything, and we finally got into a motel, and it was awful. There was dirty towels. We thought maybe some throw up in one of the sinks.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's a crack in the door like this big. It
was not a good experience.
No, that was probably. You got the typical roommate drama or whatever, freshman year roommates and that kind of stuff. But that would probably be at the top of my list.
What about best experience since you've been at EOU?
It'd probably also be to do with the track team. Maggie Ledbetter, the one who graduated last year, the national champion, she was like one of my best friends. She was my teammate and my coach and my mentor, kind of all in one. Yeah. And just being around her, and I think last year when I became an All-American, having her there with me, it was awesome. She barely missed out of being an All-American in the hammer with me, but just having her there was amazing. Having that experience with a teammate and a friend all in one was awesome.
Yeah, I get it 100%. You got your phone with you?
Yeah.
What's the last song you listened to?
Oh, I listened to or downloaded?
Yeah, either or.
Last song that I was listening to was "Hell Is a Dance Floor" by Vincent Mason.
Huh, Vincent Mason.
It's a new one, yeah.
Country, like what style of country? Like would you lean it more towards like the poppy country or like the, Tyler Childers,
Probably a little
type?
more Tyler Childers. It's kind of like, you ever heard of Wyatt Flores?
Yeah.
Kind of that vibe.
I can handle that. I can't handle the pop country.
No, I don't like that stuff
I'm
very
not
much.
like you'll never hear like Kane Brown on my stereo. I mean, I'm not hating on him by any means. It's just not my style. But I like old country too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a music dude. Randy Travis, Chris Ledoux.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say Chris Ledoux.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but this new style of country, I can't. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
If you could have one superpower, what superpower would you have?
Probably to fly. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just buzzing around in the air, yeah.
Freaky. I'm afraid of heights. You're going to be flying tomorrow.
Yep.
What about if you could be a superhero?
Like, who would I be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep up with a lot of the superheroes, but which one can fly? Superman can fly?
Superman, yeah.
He's super strong.
Yep.
Who else is there? What's his name? No, that guy doesn't do much. Was it Thor? He's really
Thor can
strong.
fly
I guess
over.
I kind of like him. I throw a hammer around.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. That's a good one. If you were Superman, though, like just say hypothetically, what's your kryptonite? What's one of Kenna Woodward's weaknesses or her biggest weakness?
Probably maybe running.
Nobody likes it. Well, I mean, some people like running, but I don't like running.
No, I'm not a big fan of running either.
I've never. So pitchers in baseball, we run a lot. In college, I had to run a lot, and I hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
But it was necessary for what I wanted to do. But man,
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in walking. If you're going to try to go somewhere, right? If you see me running, you better start running because there's something wrong.
Yeah.
What about pineapple on pizza?
I do like pineapple on
You
pizza.
do?
I don't like the typical Hawaiian with the Canadian bacon, but my roommate actually introduced me to pepperoni and pineapple.
I've heard of that.
And it's pretty good. I like it.
I don't
actually.
like hot pineapple, so I don't do it. But I've also heard of people eating jalapeno and pineapple. If you were going to go in and order a pizza, what are you ordering?
Well, like I just said, lately I kind of have been on that pepperoni and pineapple, but a typical meat lovers is a good way to go for me.
100%. Favorite food out of everything in the whole world?
Oh, probably pretty much any meal that my grandma makes, but she makes a mean beef stroganoff. So
Beef stroganoff?
yeah, I do like that a lot.
After a track meet, what are you having?
Well, if we get to eat, if we're eating with the team, it's whatever they send us to. It's normally like a pizza place or something. But if I got to choose, I think I'd go a good burger.
Yeah, a burger's always good, right? Last question, and I'll get you out of here.
Okay.
Obviously, been there, longest tenured coach at EOU. I think he's in like year 35 or something like that,
Yeah,
or 36.
up there.
Won, obviously CCC Coach of the Year, Regional Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year numerous times. And he doesn't have a really hard time recruiting people, right? But if I was a senior in high school and I was thinking about, running track at EOU and I was like kind of leaning, either way, and Ben told you, hey, go get Dodsey to come run track here, what are you going to tell me?
I think a really big motivator right now is our indoor facility. I think that a lot of people, especially if they're from around here and have to endure this weather here at Eastern, then it's something really nice to have. The indoor facility, I mean, we've had 4 meets now and a couple high school meets in there, and not a ton of space in there, but it's accommodating for sure. So, we are able to hold full meets with throwing and running and whatever else. Another thing is with getting recruited, probably, I don't know. I think just if you talk to Ben, you kind of realize that he has quite a bit of knowledge.
Yeah.
And when you're underneath of a coach with a lot of knowledge, you're obviously going to become better.
Yeah.
And obviously he's got a great track record of All-Americans and just fantastic athletes. So just go for it. Talk to him and know that we have really great facilities here. We got a full track just to ourselves, not a football field in the middle of it. And we got a full indoor track just to ourselves, and we're really lucky here. And so it's something good to be a part of for sure.
Yep, for sure. Eastern Oregon, she's EOU track and field senior, Kenna Woodward. I'm Dodsey. Kenna, good luck at nationals. Let's go All-American.
Thank you. Hopefully I do.